Good afternoon from an overcast day in Evanston, Illinois for Big Ten softball here on Big Ten Plus. Northwestern hosts Purdue in what is sure to be a firepower matchup. Eli Burke and Matthew Plodrick here to bring you all the action. And for Purdue, they've been struggling a bit this season, under 500, but they do have an offensive spark plug to get them through this one.
They do. Hitting has not been one of their specialties, but number 15, Rachel Becker, has been doing very well in the batter's box, hitting .385, 42 hits on the season. She's going to try and get things going today against Northwestern.
And for the home team, plenty of bats to name, but Jordan Rudd keeps our eye.
Absolutely. Big Ten Player of the Week, hit .857 against Ohio State, 3 home runs, 6 RBI. She'll be looking to keep it up today.
A lot more to watch. We'll get into it in a bit. Stick with us here on Big Ten Plus. Digging into the circle is Danielle Williams, the ace for Northwestern, the premier pitcher in this conference. And what can she do? A 16-2 record, 1.39 ERA. Just all-around dominance for Danielle Williams. And we are underway in Evanston with a swing and a miss for strike one.
196 strikeouts, Eli. She has this season, only 4 away from the Big 200, currently sitting 5th all-time in Northwestern history with 790. She has truly been the Wildcats' ace this season.
Pitching a complete game against Ohio State last week. Taken for a ball. Pitched in all 3 games, came in for the save in game 2. Complete game in 3 innings in game 1. Being used a lot. Sure to see a lot of her in this weekend's set as well. The 1-1 outside. The outfield's playing a little bit towards left. The center fielder, Shellmeyer, on the left side of the bag. But here's the 2-1 from Williams. Strike 2.
And we talked about it in pregame, but the wind is definitely going to play a factor today. Really hard to figure out where it's coming from. Pretty sure it's just blowing wherever it feels like blowing. The hitters have to take that into account, and so do the fielders. They have to be aware, and they have to understand.
That one's ripped to the left for a base hit. And Becker is aboard. The leadoff batter. Purdue looks to get cooking.
We talked about Becker, how good she's been this season for this Purdue Boilermakers team. Single out to left field, gets Williams off early. And Purdue's off to a good start. Jade Moy steps into the batter's box. That's exactly what Purdue wants to see, getting Williams on the defensive early.
Shows bunt, takes a strike. Hannah Katie did a good job crashing in towards the plate there. Looking to turn 2 or at least get that out at first, but Rachel Becker has a lot of speed on her. She's 5 for 6 on stolen bag attempts. Cochran also cheating in. Bunt shown again, and this one's fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes.
Jade Moy currently playing in essentially her freshman season after opting out last year due to COVID. Hasn't had as big of an impact.
Takes strike 3. Sorry to cut you off there, partner. Strikeout number 197 for Williams.
She had Jade Moy there the entire way. Moore just looks at that one, returns to the dugout. Danielle Williams only 3 strikeouts away now, but a really tough hitter she faces in Chazaretta.
Checked at the first one, and she went around. Strike 1. Tyler Barfus, the first base umpire, with the appeal. I agree with that call. 0-1. Chazaretta has a lot of history with the Northwestern program, Matt.
She does, yeah. Last season, she went 2 for 3 in game 2 against this Northwestern team. Had a run, pair of doubles, pair of RBI. She did really well, and she's looking to keep that going. Last weekend, she pitched a lot. She's one of the players on this Purdue team that pitches and hits. She's going to do that today. We'll see her in the bottom of this inning, but she's trying to get off to a good start. She scored a hit in all 3 runs last game. She'll try to keep that streak going today.
2-2 now the count with a runner on first with 1 gone in the top of this first inning. Danielle Williams looking to get around a leadoff base hit. Chazaretta takes strike 3, 2 consecutive Ks for Williams.
She's getting going early. She doesn't want to waste any time getting to that strikeout. This one lower than the one we saw to Moy. Strikeout nonetheless. 2 looking for Danielle Williams, off to a hot start after letting Becker get aboard.
Riley Patushik digs in, the right fielder. A lot of the fans here at the J paying homage to a Northwestern legend who just walked in. Tammy Williams, we'll get into her a little bit as that strike's taken. And Becker thought better than to take off on that pitch. Tammy Williams right now the leader in Northwestern home runs for her career. Rachel Lewis looks to break it. Strike 2 is taken.
It's a huge weekend for Rachel Lewis. Currently at 56 career home runs for the Wildcats. Tammy Williams, 4-time All-American in attendance. Played from 2006 to 2009 at shortstop. She has 57. They bring a lot of pop, but she throws a lot of gas from that circle. Big right-hander. Pitched a complete game against Maryland last week, only gave up 4 hits and 2 runs. She's looking to contain a Northwestern team that has a lot of firepower, and this 1-2-3 combination of Shellmeyer, Lewis, and Rudd has brought trouble for almost every opponent that this Wildcat team has seen this season.
Shellmeyer in the left-handed batter's box. Took ball 1. Here's the 0-1. Watch out. 2-0 the count.
Shellmeyer, first team All Big Ten last year, had the 3rd best average in the Big Ten Conference at .36. Went 7-12 last weekend with 6 runs and a home run of her own.
Ball 3. Lost her glove there, it looked like, for a second. Yeah, the ball just popped right out of Ryan Ross's glove, taking the glove off her hand. Here's the 3-0. A 4-pitch walk to lead it off. And with 1 aboard, here comes Rachel Lewis. Obviously, we keep alluding to it a lot on the line. Lewis at 56 career homers. Tammy Williams in attendance, talking to the fans, saying it's gonna happen. Just 1 home run away from tying that record, 2 to break it. And this crowd feels it. First pitch to Lewis. Ooh, pitch out. But Chaw's already yet to find the strike zone.
5 balls, and she's pitching around Rachel Lewis like we expected. Eli, it's only a matter of time. It's more when, not if. Rachel Lewis will have this record. Will it come against Purdue today? Will it come tomorrow? Will it come Sunday? We'll see. Chazaretta doing her best to make sure that on her watch it doesn't happen.
Finds the corner there beautifully. It evens the count 1-1. Fires the next pitch. Taken, strike 2. No Northwestern batter has swung yet. And Lewis falls behind in the count. Shellmeyer at first, nobody out in the bottom half of the first. The 1-2. Chop to third. McFadden on to second. That's the only play they'll get. McFadden to Moy to retire Shellmeyer, and Lewis takes her place at first.
That one high, Lewis forced to chop it down. She always does a good job of making that run, making the hard run to first base, able to get there in time. Shellmeyer out, but Rachel Lewis stays on the bag. Now has Jordan Rudd to try and drive her in.
And this one's ripped into the gap, and it gets down. Coming around to score is Lewis, but she's held up at third. But a big-time shot into the gap by Jordan Rudd before we can even get settled.
We talked about Jordan Rudd last weekend, putting up some absolute numbers, doing it already today. Huge single into that left center field gap. Purdue caught watching.
Looking to get a big one in this at bat. First pitch on the way. Ball one.
And for RBI came last weekend, and one at bat. She had a grand slam against Ohio State. Northwestern swept the Buckeyes. Currently ranked 10th in the nation. One of the best Big Ten teams other than Michigan. And Purdue has their hands full already.
Northwestern seen Michigan this season. Went 2-1 against them in what is their lone conference loss. Northwestern at 27-6 on the year. Purdue 19-21. Boilermakers are just a pair of Big Ten wins. 2-0. Taken for a strike. Nikki Cochran awaits. Should Nelson avoid a double play. Top of the first, 2 on, 1 out. Chopped up the gap into right field. That's a base hit that scores a run, and Northwestern takes the early lead in this one.
One more for the Wildcats.
Cochran takes one high. Still 1 out. 2 aboard for Northwestern. This time first and second, Jordan Rudd awaits at second. They have Nelson on at first after getting that RBI. Her 20th of the year. The 1-0. Pulled foul. Got jammed on the hands there, but got just enough of it to stay alive. One more look at that one.
And Chazaretta goes deep. She went 127 pitches in her last start. Coach Buda Oliveira for Purdue, not afraid to keep her ace out in the circle as long as it needs. And Purdue's bench has struggled. They really have. Their bullpen has not been as good as Chazaretta. And so they need to keep her out there as long as she can. But if Northwestern keeps this up, Coach De Oliveira is going to have a hard time justifying keeping her in there.
The 2-1 from Chazaretta. Swung on and missed. This would be a big out for Purdue. Angela Zedek in the on-deck circle. Two and 2. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. There are 2 gone in the inning.
We've seen that pitch perplex Cochran a lot this season. She doesn't take the ball well inside. She likes it when she likes the ball, especially when it's on the outside of the strike zone, when she can wrap her bat around it and get good contact on it. Right now, Northwestern with 2 runners on base. And Angela Zedek has to do her best to make sure that they put in a couple more runs.
Zedek has 5 home runs on the year, a 191 hitter. 22 RBIs. The 0-1. This one up the middle, a base hit. Being waved around is Rudd. Having trouble in the outfield is Dillon, and Rudd comes all the way around to score. A big RBI knock for Angela Zedek.
And Chazaretta leaves this one in the middle of the strike zone. Angela Zedek gets good contact on it. And you see Maeve Nelson getting caught up a little bit, had run past second base, forced to check back, make sure she didn't get called out. But Jordan Rudd able to score. Northwestern going up 2, already putting on a clinic against this Boilermakers team.
2-0 Northwestern leads as Katie pokes this one up the middle. Another hit for Northwestern, and coming around to score is Nelson. No play at the plate, and Northwestern leads by 3. got 2 aboard, just like several batters before her. 2 out in the bottom of the first. Does an offer at the first one. Takes a ball.
Sydney Supley was a 3-time Wisconsin Gatorade Player of the Year out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. She used all the grant money that she won from those 3 awards to help build a new stadium, a new complex in her hometown. And she's fit this role as designated player so well for this Northwestern team. Keeps the hitting going as you get late in the order, which is something that the Drohan sisters have prioritized throughout their 21 years here in this Wildcats program.
She faces a 2-1 count right now. Looking to keep this first inning alive as for Northwestern has brought 3 home. The 2-1. 3-1.
Chazaretta looks confused. I think she's getting pitching signals from her dugout, checking them with the card on her wrist. But it looks like she's confused, hasn't settled in. The Northwestern team has rattled her throughout this first inning.
She does bring the count full, though. And with 2 outs, the infield shifts back, looking to play at any base. Wind picking up strongly, slight drizzle coming down. Full count. Doesn't go around, and the bases are loaded on a 2-out walk. And a big opportunity for Grace Nito, the 9th batter of this first inning. Doesn't go all the way around. Looks like she dropped the bat just in time. And now every base is occupied for Nito.
Grace Nito went 1 for 8 last weekend, had 2 RBI. Huge opportunity to add some numbers to that. 3 runners on base. Chazaretta has already faced every single Northwestern batter in this inning.
Western looking to keep it going with the count 0-1. Ball 1. Zedak at third, Katie at second. Supley just walked to get aboard at first. 2 gone in the first. The 1-1. This one chops. What a play by the first baseman Jones. And she retires the side, but Northwestern Green's business, batting around, scoring 3. Northwestern up on Big Ten Plus.
For the second time, putting a home run on the roof of Walsh Ryan Arena. You know, it's so special the way that this field is built right next to the basketball arena for the Northwestern Wildcats. And Tammy Williams was a great player in her day, 4-time All-American. Rachel Lewis has looked up to players like these for her entire career, and now she has a chance to truly make magic happen with 2 home runs.
Back to action, though. Here's Olivia McFadden, the first year out of Katy, Texas, and she's quickly down in the count 0-2. McFadden batting just shy at 250. A contact machine with 34 hits on this year. She skies this one into short. Nelson charging it to make the play, and there's 1 gone. That wind really carried that one a bit more than we expected. You can look at the movement that Nelson made before she finally squeezed it.
Gave Maeve Nelson plenty of time to get under that. Brings Kendall Bailey up. Bailey is one of the fastest players in the Big Ten.
Another first year on this Purdue roster. She's fans of that one. Freshman out of Birmingham, Alabama. Bailey is 2 for 2 on her steals. And that one finds the zone after she offered for a bunt. The count once again 0-2. One strike away for a milestone for Danielle Williams. On the way. No offer. We're talking so much about Lewis's big potential for a record being broken today, but also a milestone watch for Williams, who has been on a tear this year.
Yeah, she's been doing so well. Last season, she was a first-team All-Big Ten, has carried that into this season. Now with her 3 strikeouts in the first inning, sitting at 199 in this season. And we're looking at the numbers for Wildcat history, 489 in a single season for a Wildcat pitcher. Laura Nishikawa in the 80s. Unlikely that anyone will ever match that, but Danielle Williams certainly made her name known.
And there it is. The second out of the inning is the 200th strikeout of the year for Danielle Williams.
And she gets Bailey looking. This one dropping just inside, curving in from in right into the middle of the strike zone. Great pitch.
Pallotta looks off speed. Caught her by surprise, but it couldn't drop into the zone. Ball 1. One more look at that one.
Williams put some good movement on that one, unable to drop in time.
That one's ripped into left. Zedak running in on it, and she makes the diving play. Awkward with the win, but Zedak gets it down, and the side is retired. Northwestern back to work.
Rachel Lewis and Nikki Cochran. Those 5 in the last 3 years, including this year, last 4 have started every single game. And that consistency has helped Northwestern truly make a name for themselves in the Big Ten.
There's a strike, and the count is even 1-1. The first strike Shellmeyer seen today, she reached on a 4-pitch walk to start the first inning before being caught up in a force out at second right after by Rachel Lewis. 2-1.
Chazaretta had a really tough first inning. It's going to take early outs.
Chopped into the third. Diving at it is McFadden, but she can't get up and make the play in time as Shellmeyer's aboard once again. Great play at the hot corner, though. There's the speed of Shellmeyer.
Olivia McFadden did really well to get a throw off there quickly, but Shellmeyer just too quick. Brings up Rachel Lewis, and once again, every time Lewis comes up to bat in this series, there will be talk. Will she hit a home run? The way Chazaretta's been pitching that one, didn't even get to the plate.
That one about 38 feet. Lewis knows it's not going to come easy. There's a lot of pitchers looking to pitch around her. But it just takes one mistake. 1-0. Ball 2. Lewis second on the team in drawing walks. She has 23. Maeve Nelson only ahead of her with just one more. She rips this one just foul on the left side. Shellmeyer was already coming near third base on that. One more look, just drops within a few, maybe a foot if that, left of the foul line.
Very close. Rachel Lewis has not really seen a pitch in the middle of the strike zone, and Chazaretta is doing her best to pitch around there. That one If it had been 6 inches more in the middle, at least a double for Lewis.
And she takes first base with a bruise as Chazaretta plunks her, and there are 2 aboard. Has 2 aboard with no one out in the bottom of this second inning. Another ball to start in at bat. Chazaretta nearing 40 pitches already. This will be the 40th. As this one skied into left center, making the play on it is Becker. Runners retreat, and there's one gone. Part of kind of the carousel the Northwestern brought around in that first inning. Takes first pitch strike. And another meeting on the mound. Both sides break their conferences. Shellmeyer and Lewis retake second and first respectively. And Nelson digs back in. 0-1 the count, 2 aboard, 1 gone in this second inning. Here's the 0-1. Ball 1. No more bodies in the Purdue bullpen as the 1-1 on the way is inside and low.
And I wouldn't be surprised if we see Brenna Smith heading back out there sooner rather than later. Chazaretta doesn't look comfortable in the circle, doesn't look like she has a good grasp of her strike zone.
3-1 now the count. But if you're Purdue's coaching staff here, you need to have a Chazaretta go a little bit deeper. Start of a weekend series. If this is your ace, Northwestern's already lining it up, you need to expect more efficiency.
Absolutely, and it's more than likely they're going to want her again either tomorrow or Sunday.
And there's a 1-out walk to load the bases. And the bases are jammed for Nikki Cochran. With 5 home runs on the year. She's looking for a big one.
Northwestern was in this exact situation, albeit with 1 more out at the end of the first. Nikki Cochran, the only person on this team to strike out already in this game.
She fouls this one up and into the safety net. She'll get another crack at it. Slow sprinkles of rain starting to fall down a little more in density. Brief pause as Cochran gets some little coaching in the middle of her at bat and heads back to her routine. Shellmeyer at third, Lewis at second, Nelson on at first after 2 walks this inning were offered. Excuse me, a walk and a hit by pitch. So that one's in the zone and the count's 0-2.
And that was a really good pitch from Chazaretta. Good frame job as well from Ryan Ross. Gets a strike, it's what you need. Strike after strike, it's how you stay in these games.
Chopped foul right side. Cochran will see another pitch. Chazaretta getting near 50 pitches now. It's just been 1 1/3 innings. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom 2. On the way. Outside. Northwestern leads 3-0. Have 5 hits in this one. Purdue no runs on a hit. And Danielle Williams has really found her groove on the defensive end. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off. Cochran getting a little early, jumping on these ones a little bit more.
She is. That's 2 balls. She's pulled foul to the first base line, but she's staying in this at bat. She's already faced 5 pitches, really working to get a Chazaretta extended, trying to force Purdue to make that decision to pull her to get a new pitcher in there.
This one's poked to the second baseman, Moy, and the ball gets away. Coming home to score is Shellmeyer and Lewis, and it's second and third. 2 runs come around off the throwing error.
It originally looked like it was going to be an out.
It's Emmy Farnham, the junior outfielder, coming on for Cochran. She looks at a first pitch ball.
And Farnham comes on at the same time as her old club teammate when they were in high school at the Illinois Chill Gold, Angela Zedak at the plate. Hoping to bring her around and put Northwestern's 6th run on the board already in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Chazaretta's still looking to pitch around a majority of these batters, but she's having trouble finding even the corners of the zone. The 2-0. 3-0. 2 in scoring position for Northwestern. They already lead by 5. What looked to be a surefire out from Cochran resulted in a 2-run scoring error by the second baseman, Moy. 3-0. Strike 1. Zedak was already taking her steps to first base. And we'll see another pitch.
And home plate umpire Marty Abedizishan may be calling a very tight strike zone, but that one was right down the middle. Angela Zedak knows she has to stay there. No way that one was going for a ball.
And that time she takes her base. And one more time, the bases are loaded. This time, Hannah Cady has the opportunity to bring them home. Had an RBI base hit in the first inning. And Northwestern is still looking to bat around for the 2nd time in as many innings.
We knew that Northwestern was going to come into this one with their bats swinging as we see Purdue looking to make a change.
Still 1 out in this 2nd inning. Northwestern up 5-0 after scoring 3 in the first and then 2 this inning off of an error. Also some more defensive substitutions. That first pitch is in there for a ball. Ryan Ross takes first base. It's a switch. And on to second. Playing catcher now is Kaylee Hilada. Here's the 1-0, ball 2. This is the same way Chazaretta started her outing, a 4-pitch walk to Shellmeyer. Last thing Purdue can afford is to walk in a run. Nelson at third, Cochran at second, Zedak on at first. And there's a strike down the middle.
That was a good pitch from Brenna Smith. Able to find a strike after 2 balls. As you said, Chazaretta led off her outing, the 4-ball walk to Shellmeyer.
This one's poked and down into the outfield and gets all the way to the wall. 1-run scores. Here comes 2 and a 3rd. Zedak coming around, no play, and it's a bases clearing double for Hannah Cady.
It was tough out there for Kendall Bailey, but that one should have been dealt with better, and in the end leaves Hannah Cady able to get 2 bases.
8-0 now Northwestern in front as Supley looks at a strike. Still 1 out in this 2nd. Barring a double play, Northwestern will bat around for the 2nd time. The 0-1. No offer and a ball. The tough play in the outfield there by Bailey on that double from Katie. And there's more action in the Purdue bullpen. Kendall Klochak is in there as this one is swung on and missed for the second strike. Purdue warming up their third arm of this game, a left-handed pitcher, if Smith can't get out of this. She's ahead in the count, 1-2 in this second inning. On the way, ball 2.
And if I was a Northwestern hitter right now, I wouldn't even swing. I would just continue to let the ball come to the plate, leave the bat on my shoulder, and take the walk, because more often than not, what we've seen from Echazareta and so far from Smith is an inability to find the strike zone.
This one's poked foul left side into the bullpen. Watch out. But that's definitely a great strategy you have there, Matthew. I know that's what my little brother used when he played Little League Baseball. His on-base percentage was about 1,000. I don't think he ever swung the bat in 3 years.
Doesn't matter how you get to first base.
A walk's as good as a hit, a lot of coaches will say. And here's the 2-2. Poked on one hop to second. Moy makes the play over to Ross. And that's the second out. Runner advances to third.
This was the same pitch the same hit we already saw in this inning. This time, Jody May able to make the play, getting that ball. This time to Ryan Ross.
Here's the first-year Nito playing second base today at a Farmington Hills, Michigan. Takes the first pitch down the middle. Northwestern commanding this one, leading it 8-0. Northwestern 8 runs on 6 hits, 2 runs scoring on an error. And Danielle Williams getting a very long rest.
Yeah, she really hasn't seen the mound in the circle, and I think it's been about 20 minutes because Northwestern has been able to bring all 9 batters to the batter's box once again.
Nito ahead in the count now, 2-1. Looking to score their 9th run of the ball game.
And in a Northwestern team that is very upperclassman heavy, you don't see first-year students come in and make their mark like Grace Nito has. She's really found a position for herself in this starting lineup.
Diving at it is Moy, but she can't make the play up the middle. An RBI infield hit for Grace Nito, and it's 9-0 Northwestern.
Still able to reach first despite a good recovery from second baseman Jody May. And we'll see Skylar Schellmeyer for the 3rd time today in just 2 innings.
Her second at-bat of this second inning alone. 2 outs, bottom 2, Northwestern up 9. Shows bunt, backs off. As Nito's looking to advance. Nito 1 for 2 on her steal attempts this year. Schellmeyer 1 for 1 after a walk and a hit. Ball 2. Rain still gently coming down at a slow enough pace to continue on. Just a minor inconvenience for us in the booth. This one dropped down for a bunt, picked up foul. As the throw to first by Halada ends up hitting Schellmeyer in the back, but she seems to laugh that one off. Interesting idea from Schellmeyer with 2 outs. Maybe her warning not to try that again.
Yeah, it is quite an interesting tactic, especially with the way these Purdue pitchers have been playing. I wouldn't be showing bunt. But then again, maybe it's exactly what you do. You surprise them, you catch them off guard.
She swings away and fouls it back.
Because now Olivia McFadden, the third baseman for the Boilermakers, has stepped in quite a bit. She's playing for that bunt, so if you can put one over her head,
you get a runner on third base.
Absolutely.
2-2 with 2 outs in inning number 2. Rachel Lewis looks for another at bat in this second inning. And the pitch. Full count.
And this is a really important pitch for Brenna Smith, because if you're able to get this out, you don't have to face Rachel Lewis with runners on base. If you do, you give her just another opportunity for that home run, which is, as much as it's looming over Rachel Lewis, it's looming over these Purdue Boilermaker players as well.
Chopped foul behind, and we'll see another one. Schellmeyer's had a fantastic at-bat so far. Looking for the 7th pitch of this one. And Brenna Smith, who inherited this inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. Looking to get out of here. The payoff. Another foul ball. Getting out towards Anderson Hall.
Skylar Schellmeyer has done, as he said, Eli, just a great job of staying in this, fouling off the balls that she needs to. Every time that Brenna Smith is able to find the strike zone, Schellmeyer's put that ball foul.
Up the middle, Moy pokes it back into the outfield, and the inning stays alive. Should be scored as a hit. And here she is, Rachel Lewis. Came around to score twice. Once she got aboard in the first inning on a fielder's choice.
And if she has anything to say about it, it's going to be done right now. 3-run home run to tie Tammy Williams' record.
You've had a lot of predictions on this one. Seems like every time she's come up about you predicting that homer. You did say before the game it would be in the 4th inning, but
I did. I think I speak for everyone when...
As this one skied in the left center. Back on it is Dylan, and it's gone! The 3-run shot by Rachel Lewis ties Northwestern's all-time home run record.
Pitches, 1 walk, 1 hit. Looking to do what 2 pitchers before her couldn't do, get out of this second inning.
Rudd now takes a strike. Rudd 1 for 2 on the day with a base hit. Came around to score. Seems almost every batter for Northwestern has come around to score.
Sydney Supley, the only one without a run today.
That one gets away from Wimpy, and it's 1-1. Strike 2. Another look at Rudd, 367 hitter on the year, including today's bats. The 1-2. Chopper to third. McFadden bobbles it, and it's another base runner in this second inning for Northwestern.
They just keep on coming. And this time, Jordan Rudd, looks like it should be an easy grounder for third baseman Olivia McFadden. She bobbles it. And that's why you run him out. Rudd gets on the base and gives Maeve Nelson an opportunity for Northwestern to get to double-digit runs in this inning.
It is an error by McFadden, the second of the inning for Purdue. As here's Nelson taking a strike. Still the second inning for those of you just joining us. Northwestern has tacked on 9. The most recent runs coming from a monster shot to tie Northwestern's all-time home run record by Rachel Lewis. They don't look like slowing down anytime soon. Wimpy delivers the 1-1 for a strike.
And we knew Purdue was going to struggle coming here, coming to the J. Northwestern 27-6 on the season, how good they've been just at punishing opposing pitchers, but no one could have expected 12-0 in 2 innings.
Hard up the middle, base hit one more time for Northwestern, why not? And there are 2 base runners. Strike 1. Emmy Farnham has just started 1 game this year. No numbers on that batting average. The 0-1. Skied, foul. A little more solid contact to that one. That one leaves the J.
This is the best opportunity that any Purdue pitcher has had. Mo Wimpy, 0-2.
And got him looking.
Also sits 6th all-time in Wildcat history in wins, 68, looking for number 69 today.
Ryan Ross rips one into the Purdue bullpen for strike 1. Ross on the year, batting 164. Takes a ball.
And it's just incredible. Williams is about to throw only her 30th pitch of this game, and we've already seen 3 Purdue pitchers on the other side.
A lot of good indications for that Northwestern coaching staff. You can keep your pitchers rested this long. And there's another strikeout for Williams. Her 5th of the game. There is some action in the Northwestern bullpen, however. Lauren Boyd, and it looks like Sydney Supley's out there.
Number 95, Kiara Dillon.
Here's the 9-spot hitter for the Boilermakers, Kiara Dillon, sophomore out of Lafayette, Indiana. It is Boyd and Supley in the Northwestern bullpen. As Jones shows Dillon. Kiara Dillon batting .276 this year, started all 39 games she's played in. On-base percentage, .369. Kind of playing that second leadoff spot to help Purdue get around, but when you run into a juggernaut that is Danielle Williams, very tough to get anything.
Dillon has 12 walks this season, took 2 last weekend against Maryland, as you said. Good on base percentage, .369. Does a good job of getting on base, getting Purdue moving when they get to the bottom of their order, trying to get things wrapping back around to 1, 2, 3 with Becker, Moy, and Echazareta.
Thing about that, though, is Danielle Williams doesn't offer that many walks, but she'll take her base nonetheless. But she's called back to the boxes. It looks like she might have leaned into that one. It'll just be ball 2. Leaned into it. One more look at that. Yep, sticking that left elbow out. Good eye there by the home plate umpire, Madi Abazishan. As another bunt attempt goes foul, or soft swing, I should say. 2 strikes. Just as I was talking about Danielle Williams not giving up that many base runners, whether it be the walk, Dylan tried to steal her way on. This one's skied, foul right side, and well out of this part. Souvenir for a lucky fan.
And Danielle Williams has done good in this game so far. This is the first at bat she's truly had to work for.
Another foul ball.
Kiara Dillon has managed to keep herself in this at bat, foul ball after foul ball. Thought she had the easy base, but home plate umpire Marty Abazishan calling a very tight game. And as a result, Kiara Dillon stays in the batter's box. Danielle Williams has to continue.
Another one fouled back. Excellent job staying alive. Dylan looking to straighten it out, though.
Northwestern playing a very open gap in between Nito and Nelson.
This one's popped up. Cochran calling it, and she squeezes it down for the second out of the inning.
And that time Dylan hitting straight into the shift. We talked about how Maeve Nelson and Hannah Katie were shifted over to that left side, but Nikki Cochran was right there to pick that one up, with Grace Nito right behind her if needed.
Williams has retired the last 8 batters. Rachel Becker, the lone Boilermaker, with a hit. Led things off here with a shot to the left, but couldn't get around after Williams struck out the side. Strike 1. Williams does such a good job of painting the corners that it could catch a batter by surprise when she pumps one right down the heart of the plate. Here's the 0-1. Goes off speed. And Williams quickly ahead, 0-2.
And that's why Northwestern can afford to put such a big gap in between Nito and Nelson over at second base. Williams doesn't put the ball in the middle of the plate. She pitches around, makes it look like it's going in the middle, and people swing on it every single time.
Foul ball right side. Arms are still getting loose in Northwestern pen. Interested to see what the Dro hands do in terms of keeping their arms safe in Danielle Williams. Save her for another day this weekend. With this 12-run lead, you have a lot to play with. Becker leads this team with a batting average of .385. Almost any stat you could name, she is at least in that top 2 or 3. But there's a strikeout to end the inning for Danielle Williams. Getting it done one more time. The ace pitcher compliments this phenomenal work of hitting Northwestern has offered. And they go into the bottom half of the third, up 12-0.
game definitely not over. Northwestern needs to close it out. Facing Mo Wimpy out on the circle. But they have had an extremely, extremely good first 2 innings. 23 plate appearances and 12 runs.
Zidak, the Chicago native, 1 for 1 with the knock and a walk. Takes a strike. For those of you wondering what the run rule is, the team leads by 8 runs after 5 innings, that'll do it. Still here in the third, though, Northwestern by 12 as the count runs 1-1. The run rule wouldn't be in favor of Rachel Lewis, though. She's looking for as many at-bats as possible to break that record. As the count now 2-1. Defense playing her straight up. With a lot of room in that middle, just behind Wimpy, the pitcher. 2-1. Hot shot in the gap through the second baseman, Moy, and heading to second is Zidak, and she's in there with a stand-up double to lead things off in the third.
And you mentioned the gap in the middle. That's exactly what Angela Zidak did. Found the space, hit right into it, gets 2 as easy as can be, and another inning where Northwestern gets runners on base early.
Here's Hannah Katie with a single and a double. How about 4 RBIs through 2 innings? Also came around to score. Nobody out in the third. Northwestern up by 12. Takes a strike. Katie had a bases clearing double in the second inning. Was the first batter that Brenna Smith faced before she left, before she even finished the third inning. 0-1. Just got a little piece of it, and it's 0-2. Still a large gap in the middle. The only player near it is Zidak, the runner on second. 0-2. High. After a long wait, Wimpy gets her signal and delivers. Foul ball.
Hannah Katie went down early in this count, but she's staying in there. She had 5 strikeouts last weekend against Ohio State. We've only seen 2 strikeouts from this entire Northwestern team today. She's staying in this at-bat, fouling balls.
Puts that one in the outfield. Coming home to score is Zidak. And thinking better of it to try at second is Katie. How about a 3-for-3 day? Peterson, the righty, faces off against Wimpy with nobody out in the third. A run has already come around to score, and the count's 2-0. Excuse me, 1-0. I got ahead of myself. I should have listened with my gut, Matthew. 1-1 now the count.
Peterson only came up to bat once against Ohio State last weekend, took a strikeout. Hasn't seen a lot of action so far this year.
263 batting average.
But a score like this gives Coach Drohan a chance to rotate players in and keep her players fresh. It's a long season, 2 more games against Purdue this weekend. Just a little over a month out from Big Ten action. It really looks like Northwestern could have a good chance at winning that title this year.
Certainly been on the mind of this team from the jump of this season. It's the 1-2. It's outside. Back pick, but in safely is Katie. Kaylee Halata had the right idea. Katie was getting aggressive out there with her first base lead. But the throw just wide of the bag in order to make a quick tag. The 2-2. Inside, count runs full. Northwestern 3 runs in the first, exploded for 9 in the second, and already have 1 in this third inning. Nobody out. And the payoff. Cut on and missed. First out of the inning is recorded by means of a strikeout.
She struck out last weekend. She strikes out this weekend. Tough pitch for Peterson to swing at. Great pitch from Wimpy. Ball staying outside the entire way. Peterson looking for a fastball down the middle. Doesn't get it. Big swing, big miss.
Another offensive substitution, pinch hitter Lauren Caldrone coming in for Grace Nito. She gets a nice ovation from this warm crowd at the J. It's the senior. First pitch. Cut on and miss. And Katie's really done a good job of making Halata look her way constantly.
And Caldrone she's a senior, doesn't see as much game time as fellow seniors on the team. Jordan Rudd. She's a key part of this Northwestern team. Really bleeds the purple and white. Her mom went to Northwestern. Her grandmom went to Northwestern. Just a key part of this companionship that this Northwestern team has that they credit a lot of their success this season towards.
That one skips in. Katie takes second base before Halata can even get to the ball. And now with a 1-2 count, Caldron's got a runner in scoring position. Caldron does have a home run this year with her 150 batting average. It was a big one at that. Surely raised a lot of spirits in that Northwestern dugout.
It did. First career home run against Murray State just about a month ago, the beginning of March.
She has a 1-2 count here with 1 out in the bottom of the third. That one is also getting away, and on to third is Katie. 2 wild pitches. And Katie's at third. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on third. Chopped softly to the third base. Easy play there.
Especially from their relievers, not been something they've been good at so far.
Schellmeyer shows bunt. Coming home as Katie doesn't even offer with the slide as the play is made from Wimpy to home. Chazaretta is still in the lineup, but so many pitching changes. Looks like she's still in that circle, though. But one batter at a time, Jade Moy digs in.
And Danielle Williams pitched a complete game shutout last year against Purdue in Game 2 of that series. We'll try and do that today. Her hope, if Coach Strohan keeps her in, is to stay as long as possible. And she's had a great outing so far. 6 strikeouts, only allowed 1 base runner. Has really shut down this Purdue Boilermakers team that already struggled to hit to begin with. But when you face such a strong pitcher as Danielle Williams, who just has the mechanics to make you really question your tactics when you step into the batter's box. It's tough. It's really tough.
And in the meantime, like, Williams has the poise as this is just another day at the office as she puts in a wondrous breaking ball off speed for the second strike. Williams has a 9.5 strikeouts per 7 innings. She's at 6 right now, as you mentioned. It's just another day at work for the ace. 2-2. Pumped in the zone for strike 3. Strikeout number 7 on the day. Another strikeout victim. Digs in. Chazaretta steps in, was the starting pitcher for this one. Went about just over 50 pitches before being pulled after 1 1/3. She looks at a first pitch ball that skips in. Northwestern playing like a top 10 team right now. Have held control the entire time. Foul ball, 1-1.
What's so incredible about Danielle Williams is she has 7 strikeouts today, but she's about evenly split between swinging and looking. She's got 4 looking, 3 swinging. She gets people no matter what. If you swing, you strike out. If you stand there and look at it, hoping to get a ball in the dirt, she puts one right down the middle, right down your throat, and you strike out as well.
A lot of that comes to pitch selection as well. We've seen her go off speed, put in some breaking balls, and then next thing you know, she's firing fastballs right past you before you can even think about where the ball's going. 2-1. Check swing. Appeal says she didn't go around. 3 balls and a strike. Looked to be the right call. Chazaretta wastes the 3-1. Takes strike 2 downstairs. Full count here in the top of the 4th with 1 gone. Northwestern 13, Purdue none, as this one sharply hit left side and foul. And we'll see another.
And before this inning, Danielle Williams had pitched at most 2 balls to a single Purdue batter, 3 now to a Chazaretta and Moy before her. She worked her way out of the first one. We'll see if she can get out of this one as well.
This one softly hit up the middle. Charging in on it is Nelson, but not getting there in time. Is the ball in. Chazaretta is aboard with 1 gone. Good play by Nelson, but when it's softly hit like that with plenty of space, always tough to retire the batter.
And the Chazaretta gets a hit in her 4th straight game. Hustles that one out, tries to get Purdue going in a game that Northwestern has had all the momentum.
First pitch to Platusic is outside. Nothing going on in the Northwestern pen. Starting defense still out there. The 1-0. It's the same spot. Dusic's done a good job of keeping her eye on that strike zone. After striking out in the 1st, she's ahead 2-0. There's strike 1 going off speed.
And as you said, Eli, she just has great pitch variability, changes everything, has an incredible breaking ball that cuts in at the batter.
Curveball, no bite. Northwestern fans really wanted that one, and it's 3-1. One more look at that pitch. Didn't get enough of the eye, I guess.
It's close, definitely close.
There's strike 2 anyway, and the count's full one more time. Purdue just notched their 2nd hit of this ballgame, an infield single from a Chazaretta. And off speed gets Platusic out of here. Another strikeout, number 8 for Danielle Williams.
Number 27.
And that time she goes breaking ball low. No way Platusic's getting to that. 8 strikeouts for Danielle Williams.
McFadden, check swing, no bite. Wind still swirling around the J. Looks to go from left to right as this one sharply hit into that Purdue bullpen again. About as many softballs in that pen now as there were arms warming up. And the count's 1-1. Inside and low for ball 2. Williams still trying to expand that zone a bit, see how far she can get the umpire's attention. But that one, most definitely a ball. Swing and a miss. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 aboard. Skied foul. No play can be made on it. Danielle Williams getting close to 70 pitches. Might as well take the minutes, talk to your pitcher. But back to work now. Goes Williams, 2-2. Got a piece of it is McFadden. Williams looking to notch her 9th strikeout in just 4 innings. And she gets it. Danielle Williams with another strikeout, make that 9 on the day. And Northwestern still holds all control. One more look at that one. Very overcast day. Wind becoming a bit more bearable for these fans. Still a little chilly. No rain for the time being. And Rachel Lewis digs in, looking to make history. Homered her last time up. And rips at the first pitch foul. Rachel Lewis in her last at bat tied Tammy Williams for the most home runs in program history, 57. Looking to make it number 58.
And it took Purdue a lot of Northwestern batters to figure it out, but Wimpy was able to record 3 outs in a row.
This one shot into left, and it's off Welsh Ryan Arena. Rachel Lewis stands alone in the history books with 58 career home runs. Take a bow, Rachel Lewis.
13 years. Tammy Williams' record stood for 13 years. No longer, Rachel Lewis is now the all-time home run leader for this Northwestern Wildcats team. Someone go find that ball, because Rachel Lewis is gonna want that. She crushed that against the wall of Welsh Ryan Arena. And the Northwestern fans are happy. Rachel Lewis is happy. What a day.
A Rachel chant had started in the crowd, and you see the person that started that one right there. It's Northwestern legend shortstop, Tammy Williams. All hugs as she just witnessed history along with all of us here at the J. What a way to lead off the 4th. Matthew, you said that that record breaker was going to come during the 4th before this game even started. And Jordan Rudd takes a ball. This one shot into right center, and it gets down. Another base hit for Jordan Rudd. And she's aboard with her 2nd knock.
But Northwestern really trying to get reps for as many players as they can in this game. It has become a rout led by Rachel Lewis, 2 home runs. Hannah Cady, 5 RBI. Everyone on this Northwestern team so far showing out on this Friday afternoon at the J.
Gracie Huff in just her 10th at bat of this season has a strike delivered to her to make the count 1-1. Huff in her 9 at bats before has walked once, and that's it. 2 balls and a strike now. Gracie off the lefty, puts this one on in play into short. Becker on to first for the 1, and that's all they get out of this one. Fielder's choice puts Gracie Huff aboard, and Ayanna Lewis is retired for the first out of this 4th inning.
Gracie Huff with a little bouncer to Rachel Becker, flipping it up to May, unable to turn the double, but an out for Purdue, something that they've struggled to get today. Keeps runners off base. That's exactly what they want to do if they want to keep the run count as minimal as possible.
Cochran back in there. Takes ball 1. Cochran 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error and struck out. Takes ball 2. That error, though, did score 2 runners and started this Northwestern onslaught in the 2nd inning. Northwestern has scored 9 since then as the check swing pokes kind of the grip of the bat there. Foul ball. Another look at that one. You see the look on her face. Knowing she might have gotten, maybe had the chance to get a hold of that one. But she looks that one away. No swing on the appeal to first base as the third base umpire, Tracy Laycock, standing over at second to judge all the calls. 3 umpire crew today. 3 balls and a strike to Nikki Cochran. Chop to second, slow one. Moy on to second and makes the play on the force. It's a close one at that, but 2 fielders' choices make 2 outs in this bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, and if you take away Rachel Lewis's home run, which you don't want to do, obviously, in credit of Rachel Lewis, but Purdue has played a decent inning outside of that, 2 outs.
Lauren Saborski pinch hitting for Angela Zedek. 1 on, 2 outs in this 4th. Saborski takes ball 1.
Saborski has 7 strikeouts this season. Does have a run, managed to score after being hit by a pitch.
Fouls this one left side. Count even.
And these Northwestern fans came out for a show, and they've seen it. They saw Danielle Williams get 200 strikeouts and add 5 on top of that. They saw Rachel Lewis with 2 home runs, and they've seen a 14-run performance from a top 10 team. There's really nothing more you can ask for.
Saborski a 1-2 count with 2 down. Nikki Cochran on it first. On the way. Another foul ball. Wimpy's got to go at it again. That was her 50th pitch of this one. Defense playing straight up with the runner on first. Looking to target the easiest play. Whitby looks at her guard. Risk coach for the signal. And puts a strike down the middle to end the inning. It was 2 fielders' choices and a strikeout looking, but this inning had plenty to look at there as Rachel Lewis hits a moonshot off of Welsh Ryan Arena to take sole possession of the Northwestern all-time home run record. Tammy Williams looked on, all smiles for Rachel Lewis and Northwestern. Danielle Williams' day is done on the mound. Sydney Supley in the circle here in the 5th. Northwestern leads 14-0. First pitch outside. Another ball from Supley. Sydney Supley this year, a 5.78 ERA, 4 appearances. Doesn't hit the zone there, and it's 3-0. Supley was batting for Danielle Williams in this one, now came on to pitch. And it's a 4-pitch walk to start the 5th inning. Kendall Bailey is aboard.
It's not how you want to start your outing for Sydney Supley. 4 pitches, 4 balls, puts a runner on base. Good thing going for her. She has the bottom of this Purdue order. Again, a lot of that firepower coming from Rachel Becker and Alex Echezarreta.
Still yet to hit the zone as Halada digs in, takes ball 1. The senior out of West Lafayette, where Purdue is located. Had a tough line out in that 2nd inning. And takes a strike, the first one delivered by Sydney Supley. But that line out was a really great play by Zedak in left. Diving at it with the wind blowing, attacking it down. Be able to get just underneath it to record the out and end the inning. There's a count now 2-1. Fielded about a double play depth. Another ball goes high around the eyes for the 3rd of this at bat. Supley, the lefty, delivers a strike and the count's full.
And if Halada can make contact with this, there is an enormous gap in between Maeve Nelson and Grace Nito.
She puts this one into center. Tracking back is Shellmeyer. And it's off the wall. Shellmeyer collides into it. And coming all around, held at 3rd is Bailey. And Purdue's putting something together here in this 5th inning after a no-out double.
Count full. Halada gets good contact on it. Shellmeyer doesn't see it. Clouds obscuring her view. Ball pops right over her. She runs into the wall, but 2 bases for Kaylee Halada. Purdue has 2 on, no out. Looks relatively different than the first 4 innings we saw Purdue up in this game.
Now Ryan Ross digs in. Started this game at catcher. Came on to play first base after the first pitching change. And just pokes at it, half swing, fouled right side. Good idea, a little more of an aggressive bunt to avoid a play at the plate and end this shutout. Purdue still scoreless, have 3 hits. 2 errors, though, have been very costly. Northwestern, 14 runs on as many hits. Cut on and missed. 0-2 the count to Ryan Ross. Interesting to bring a pinch runner on with a lead runner ahead. But the first ball is delivered to Ryan Ross, and it's 1-2.
Cox is a junior, traditionally been used as a pinch runner, scored a couple of runs in her career from that position.
This one's skied right side, hooking towards the pole, and making a play on it is Lewis to record the out, but a run comes in on the sacrifice fly. What a play by Rachel Lewis to prevent disaster, even though it was in foul ground. But Purdue is on the board.
And she can hit some good home runs. She can also catch some incredible balls. That one, as you said, was dropping foul, but still great play from Rachel Lewis on the right side of that foul line. Looks like Shellmeyer's okay out in center field after taking that rough bump to the wall. But Purdue puts a run on the board. They will not be shut out in a game that Northwestern truly has their name written all over it.
2-0 the count to Kiara Dillon. Runner on third, that being Emily Cox, the pinch runner that came on for Kaylee Hilada. 14-1 the score after the sacrifice fly. Eli Burke, Matthew Plotchek here for Big Ten Plus as there's a strike to Dillon. Day full of history, although the weather wasn't too kind. This one skied right side and foul out of play, bouncing off the dugout. Dangerously close to one of our cameras. Two and two. Another one in foul territory. Lewis coming in on it, and she makes the play. Coming home is Cox, and she scores another sacrifice fly. And Purdue has their second run of the ball game, but Rachel Lewis has made two good plays out in right field. Strike one. Two gone in this fifth. Northwestern looking to close things out. 3 runs in the first, 9 in the second, and a run each in the third and fourth.
Rachel Becker going no gloves, as she has for her first 2 at-bats. Doesn't like that pitch.
One and two. Rachel Becker, the batter. Northwestern looking to take things home. On the way. Ball 2. Two and two. Foul ball, hot shot into the net. And we'll see another. See at least 25 pitches from Supley in this inning. A walk, then a double. 2 sacrifice flies, and here we are. Purdue putting 2 home this one. Full count with 2 gone.
Sydney Supley doing her best to try and get out of here as quick as she can, but Rachel Becker has done a great job at staying in this at bat. Worked the count full.
Skied foul. Behind us. Rachel Becker, the only Boilermaker so far with 3 plate appearances, and the payoff. Chop to second Nito charges it and can't get it there in time. A tough read, and Purdue stays alive with Becker getting aboard.
And the J here in Evanston, that's dirt. I think on turf, Nito gets to that without hesitation, but that ball bounced once very close to home plate and then once more close to Nito, and Rachel Becker able to get to first base as a result.
It's a tough chopper to read, whether you want to charge it and risk it getting past you and into right field where what could be stretched into a double. The smart play to play it safe. This one skied directly behind us and out of this park. 1-1 the count. Bunch of children on the football practice field behind us, all scrambling for that ball. In the first year, a Florida native back into the box. Hot shot into center, Shellmeyer back, and it's off the wall. Coming into second is Moy, and she's in there with a double. Didn't look like Nito knew she was coming in. And there are another double in this inning for Purdue, looking to keep things rolling.
Great contact from Moy, and once again a ball going over Shellmeyer's head. Nito pulled her foot off the bag, didn't think that Jade Moy was going to come all the way around to second base. And Moy slides in to get that second base. But Purdue has moved things along a little bit here in this inning. They scored 2 runs. Now they have 2 runners on once again, and they have one of their best hitters up to bat with the Chazaretto.
2 in scoring position. Chazaretto coming to the plate, as you said. Defense breaks their huddle. Supley looking to come home. Northwestern leading 14-2. And the 4 in the back can fully begin. Chazaretto's aboard. Being hit, and the bases are loaded now for Riley Patusik.
And Chazaretto is not happy with that one. First pitch, right in the shoulder. No question if she leans into it, because that ball's 5 feet out of the plate. And Sydney Supley has struggled a little bit to try and close this one out.
Her command has been missing for most of this inning. 4-pitch walk to lead things off. Missing her spot a couple times, which led to big doubles. Was able to force 2 outs, but that came in the form of sacrifice flies.
And 2 sacrifice flies into foul territory that were a big help from Rachel Lewis. Quite honestly, this inning could be a lot worse had Rachel Lewis not made both of those 2 catches out in foul territory on the first baseline.
Here's Patusik, senior out of St. John, Indiana, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch. Crowd at the J growing a little restless. That one just high. Two and 0. Sloopy looking to get out of this. Fouled back, strike 1. Temperature seems to be dropping a little bit more. Wind starting to calm down a bit. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded here in the top of the 5th. Northwestern looking to end it. On the way.
And we saw Supley in this position already just a few batters ago, had Rachel Becker down to her final strike. and the Purdue Boilermakers managing to stay alive and work 3 batters on. So it's not out of the question that Platoon 6 able to get something going here.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will do it here from Evanston. Northwestern dominates this one. Game 1 of the series against Purdue goes to the Cats with a 14-2 final. A lot of offense shown by Northwestern today. Here's Danielle Williams, strikeout machine. I believe she had exited this game with 9, and obviously the player to be watching all day.